The universe harbors many mysteries, and one that stands out the most is that of the different extraterrestrial races. It is said that there are races with bad intentions and others that are benevolent, such as the case of the Pleiadians. Number 1. Among the extraterrestrial races, the Pleiadians are inhabitants of the Pleiades, also known as the Seven Sisters. The Pleiades is an open star cluster located in the constellation of Taurus, although some suggest that the Pleiadians live elsewhere but were forced to move to the Pleiades due to a war. In fact, it is speculated that these extraterrestrials are descendants of the Lyrians, and due to a conflict with the reptilians, the Lyrians fled to other places in the universe. The Pleiadians are often considered as beings of light and love. It is said that they are technologically and spiritually advanced, and they are often considered as the extraterrestrial beings that are closest to humans. The inhabitants of the Pleiades are classified as Nordics due to their characteristic features. It is also believed that they possess telepathic abilities. People who claim to have had contact with these extraterrestrial beings emphasize the great beauty they possess. They are said to be blonde with a height ranging from approximately 1.9 to 2.1 meters and an excellent physical complexion. In addition, their eyes are large and blue, slightly flattened in shape, and they have long blonde hair, which can also be white or brown. The Anunnaki are one of the oldest extraterrestrial races that have been talked about on Earth. The first references to these interplanetary beings were known through Mesopotamian culture, which referred to them as the Anunnaki. It is worth noting that the Sumerians referred to them as those who descended from the heavens. Apparently, according to information found and subsequently translated on Sumerian tablets, these beings come from a planet called Nibiru. According to what has been mentioned, this planet is located in a higher dimension than ours, making it invisible to our eyes. However, the origin of the Anunnaki themselves is imprecise, but it is known that they themselves inhabited the ancient region of Mesopotamia. This is because a large part of the inhabitants of Nibiru are known as Enki's descendants, establishing a relationship between them and the earth goddess known in Sumerian culture as Kai. According to the same tablets mentioned above, the morphological structure of these beings was revealed, describing them as a humanoid species with pale or white skin, hair and facial hair similar to humans, and facial features quite similar to humans. It is said that the migration of this race originated due to problems that arose in Nibiru's atmosphere, which led them to travel the universe in search of a planet that had gold, a valuable element for them, since Nibiru's atmosphere is composed of gold. It is speculated that upon arrival to our planet, these technologically advanced beings genetically altered the specimen that inhabited the Earth, known as Neanderthals. Thus, it is speculated that humans were created by the Enki's descendants to serve as slaves to extract the gold they needed for their home planet, Nibiru. There are those who say that the Enki's descendants are a good race that genetically altered us to contribute to our evolution. Number 3. Reptilians. The reptilians are an extraterrestrial race characterized precisely by their reptilian and humanoid appearance. It is believed that these aliens come from a star system called Draco, specifically from Alpha Draconis. Due to this, reptilians are sometimes known as draconians. These extraterrestrials are also known as reptoids and even lizardmen. However, another theory suggests that these alleged aliens would not be from outer space, but from the Earth itself. This theory suggests that reptiles would be the result of the evolution of some dinosaurs that inhabited the planet Earth. Reptilians are described as humanoid with reptilian characteristics, with their body covered in dark green scales. Their physical build is thick, which allows them to have great physical strength. Their hands are not like those of human beings, as they have 3 elongated fingers and a thumb, all with long claws. As for their eyes, they have been described by alleged witnesses as large and yellow, similar to those of cats. According to different theorists, reptilians could reach up to 2 or even 3 meters in height, with an approximate weight of 120 to 250 kilograms. It is said that this alien race possesses psychic powers, as well as highly developed technology. Furthermore, emphasis is placed on the evil nature of these beings, who are unable to feel emotions or feelings. They are quite cruel with an instinctive and territorial behavior that only seeks to satisfy their own interests. This makes them one of the most feared beings in the universe due to their great levels of malice. Reptilians have great abilities, including mental control and the ability to manipulate their molecules at will, which allows them to shapeshift without much trouble, making it easy for them to pass as humans. Number 4. Greys. When talking about known extraterrestrial races, we cannot leave out the greys. These beings can be divided into two main categories: small greys and tall greys. However, this time we will talk about the small greys. According to the versions of people who have been abducted by these beings, they come from the Zeta Reticuli system, which is a star system located approximately 40 light-years away from our planet. On the other hand, there are theories that relate the origin of the small greys to a type of robots created by a superior race. However, that race became extinct, leaving the greys adrift. It is also speculated that one of the reasons why these extraterrestrials abduct is to create hybrid beings with humans and thus avoid their own extinction. There are several characteristics that make these beings very particular, considerably different from other extraterrestrial races. One of the most famous characteristics of the morphology of the greys is their small stature. However, there are also other important aspects to consider, such as the tone of their skin, which is gray in color. They measure around 1.20 meters. Their eyes are black, large, and oval-shaped. Their mouths are small in comparison to the size of their faces. They have 2 nostrils through which they breathe. Thus, having small noses, they are quite thin. Their arms are quite long, disproportionate to the size of their bodies. They have 4 fingers of different sizes, and they have large heads that are also disproportionate to their bodies. Apparently, they do not have sexual organs. It is believed that these small beings are endowed with great intelligence. It has even been mentioned that most of the abductions that the small greys carry out are for study and experimentation purposes. It is also mentioned that these small beings possess psychic powers, being able to partially erase the memory of the abducted people and, in some cases, make them hallucinate. Due to the traumatic experiences described in the abductions carried out by the greys, it is believed that this is an evil race. Some affirm that these small beings have tried to change the memories of those kidnapped in order to make their experiences less traumatic. This could indicate that instead of being evil beings, they are more curious. Number 5. Draconians. Draconians, or Alpha Draconis, are precisely an alien race that currently come from the constellation Alpha Draconis. However, it is said that these beings are not actually natives of the higher universe. Nonetheless, due to their great negative charge, they were thrown into Alpha Draconis and somehow banished from that higher universe. It is also often mentioned that Draconians are of royal lineage and belong to reptilian-type extraterrestrials. They would take part in a hierarchical system in which they would rule over the reptilians, who in turn would rule over the greys. These beings are reptilian type, so it is assumed that they share characteristics with these creatures. It is said that Draconians have tough, scaly skin that can vary in color. Some may have green, blue, gray, or even reddish skin. It is also said that they are extremely tall, with even the smallest ones measuring up to 3.5 meters. Their physical build is robust, and they have a rather imposing and intimidating appearance. These beings stand out for their great hostility, and generally do not get along with other races. It is most likely that due to this nature, they were banished from their original universe. They also have great intelligence and can create military forces of enormous power. These extraterrestrials have the ability to change shape at will, being able to adopt the appearance of light beings. Number 6. Lyrans. Who are the Lyrans and where do they come from? It is said that the Lyrans are our original ancestors. That is to say, the first race of humans in the universe, the Lyrians, are extraterrestrials from Lyra. However, due to a great war, many Lyrians were forced to leave their planet and expand into the Pleiades and Veda system. This suggests that the Pleiadians and Vegans are descendants of the Lyrians, who apparently left their planet due to an invasion by the Alpha Draconis. As peaceful beings, the Lyrians chose to abandon their lands rather than fight. It is speculated that the Lyrians from Lyra may have different physical appearances. Some would have white skin with blonde or white hair, similar to the Pleiadians. Others may have red hair, dark skin, or be giants who can measure up to almost 3 meters tall. Number 7. The Sirians. Who are the Sirians and where do they come from? Sirians are extraterrestrials from Sirius and Ozil Jove. It is said that the Sirians from Sirius have good intentions towards humans, while the Sirians from Ozil Jove may not have such good intentions towards the human race. Regardless, it seems that the inhabitants of Sirius and Sirius A are very involved in human history. It is possible that these extraterrestrial beings have imparted their astronomical and medicinal knowledge to ancient civilizations, among other things. It is also pointed out that the Sirians may have been involved in the disappearance of the Mayans and the Atlanteans. Number 8. The Oceanic Beings. The Oceanic Beings are an extraterrestrial race, although it is not entirely clear if this term is correctly applied in this case. The truth is that there is very little information about these beings, but it is said that they are native to the Earth. If that is the case, then the term extraterrestrial would be incorrectly used. Often it is said that they live in the depths of the Earth or in what is called the Hollow Earth. These beings seem to belong to the spiritual order of Melchizedek and contact other extraterrestrials, such as the Telos. They are believed to be tall, with good physical structure and blonde hair. The oceanic beings are highly developed and have learned to eradicate aging and disease from their race. They seem willing to help humanity and share their knowledge, as well as make us aware of our true history and the importance of our existence. Number 9. The Cassiopeans. Who are the Cassiopeans and where do they come from? It seems that the Cassiopeans are none other than ourselves from a very distant future. They have claimed on several occasions to be ourselves from a far-off future, and they seem to be beings of light that belong to the 6th and 7th density. Apparently, all this information has been obtained through a connection by means of a wave. However, there is very little information about these beings, who, if they are ourselves from the future, would not be extraterrestrials, but rather humans who have developed their potential and now define themselves as beings of light. Number 10. The Insects. Who are the insects and where do they come from? This race of extraterrestrials is not specified in the given text. It is believed that they are direct descendants of current insects that inhabit the Earth. Clearly, insects would be much more developed than their offspring, having a larger size and intelligence. Despite being very popular in science fiction, little is known about these aliens. In fact, there have been very few reports of people who have supposedly had contact with these creatures. Regarding the place of origin of these extraterrestrials, Morphos is completely unknown, but it is believed that they may come from various points in the galaxy and universe. As they are insects, they are described as large insects, with their most common form being similar to praying mantises. However, it is possible that there are different species that vary in size, shape, and characteristics, just like insects on Earth. Some people claim that these beings pose no danger to humans, while others hold opposing theories. Apparently, insects could be an intergalactic plague that is willing to destroy the biological resources of other planets. It is possible that they make constant trips from planet to study their next targets. Some say that if they were to attack us, it wouldn't be easy for them, as they would have to face the reptilians. Well, you've reached the end of the video. If you are interested in learning more about similar topics, here you will find other really interesting videos from the channel. Thanks for watching this video. Click on the like button if you enjoyed it, and do not forget to subscribe in case you didn't. See you on the next one.